My kiddo fights naps like it's no one's business. He will yawn. I will know that he's tired. I will pick him up. I will rock him. And even if it's just like a passive fighting, he'll pull this number where he'll fight with all of his might to keep his eyes open. And then it's the more active fighting where he will kick and scream and yawn, and I'm just telling him, you're tired. It's okay to just let go. It's okay to just trust that I'm going to take care of you. You're tired. Just sleep. And sometimes it takes him completely giving out before he gives in. He completely passes out from being exhausted. And I'll just hold him for a little bit. And other times he cries. And I don't know why. So I've been picking him up and he won't close his eyes, but he'll just smile, which I think is darling. And I just got stressed because I don't know what he wants. And the other day, my husband was talking to me and I just thought of this. He said, hey, could you give me a hug? And I was like, yeah. And so I gave him a hug and he's like, it's just that, you know how you come to me because you want to be held? I want to be held too. And as I was with my kiddo right now, I thought it's a completely legitimate reason to just want to be held because you want to be held. And it's okay for an infant to just want to be held because he wants to be held. But as a human being, I get tired. I'm holding him and I think, I'm hungry. I hold him and I think, I have to get to the restroom, or I hold him and I think, I want to sleep. But it's just so nice to be held, and so I just fight everything and I just hold him. I hold him until I can't. And I think it would be so nice to be held by someone that doesn't have any necessities. Someone who could just hold us. And that's God. Sometimes I think that if Jesus was here and he could tell me exactly what I needed to do, I would just do it. But I also know that's not true. Because if he told me, part of me would just want to mess up on my own. Just to know. In the same way with little kids, sometimes they need a nap, and even though we tell them like what you need is a nap, they won't listen to us because they want to fight until they give up. And sometimes we just want to be held, and we just have to know that God is that constant, that when we need to be held, he'll hold us. He'll tell us what we need. And even when we fight him, even when we're wrong, we can always turn back and say, hey, I'm sorry. And when we are just so overwhelmed by this world and we want to just be held, no answers, no questions, nothing, just be held, he's also the person that's going to be able to do that for us. Someone told me that prayer is looking at God while he's looking at you. And you can find that type of prayer while you're holding a baby because you see the baby looking at you. And it's just, I just want to remind you that wanting to be held is a legitimate reason to be held. And going to God to just be held is a good thing. And also, if God is telling you to take a nap, take it. Chances are that's what you need. And as we're doing what we need to do, remember, one thing that God did tell us to do is to go to our mother. So walk with Mary, because when we walk with Mary, we find ourselves in Christ.